Hi, I'm Janet. I'm a volunteer with the Lincoln Park Conservancy, and we're going to do our last wildflower tour of the pond for 2020. Here we have a locust tree that's actually full of squirrel's nests or drays. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just in this one tree. And squirrels often make more than one nest, so it doesn't necessarily mean that there are so many squirrels, but their nests are distinctive because they make their nest with green leaves. So you see these big clumps of leaves, and it's absolutely, definitely a squirrel's nest. These are the seed heads of black-eyed Susan, and you can see they have a beautiful sort of spiral geometry to the arrangement of the seeds, and these are individual seeds that comprise the seed head. So these are all the seeds, and they're waiting to be picked out by birds. Now this is just my observation, but just the fact that so many of them persist without evidence of a lot of feeding kind of tells me that maybe they're not the number one favorite. But they're ready and waiting, and there are lots of seeds. These are the seeds of yellow coneflower, or sometimes it's called gray-headed coneflower, Ratibida pinnata, and it's my opinion that this is the number one favorite of the birds. We see a lot of these that have been nibbled, and a lot of these that have been eaten completely down to the core. So it just seems to me that these seed heads are picked bare before a lot of the others are even started. And personally, these seeds, I would go for these because they're actually lovely. They have a lovely fragrance. They're quite aromatic and almost sort of herby and citrusy smelling. So they're quite nice. This is a cute little plant. It's an invasive weed. It's actually in the same family as hibiscus. And it forms this wonderful structure, this seed head that holds all the seeds, which then get picked out by the birds. And one of its common names is butterprint. So apparently this looked like something that you could use when you made your own butter on the farm, and you could imprint it with a decorative pattern. So we have a mint family plant called anise hyssop, and there's a distinct licorice scent to the leaves, and it has a nice square stem, characteristic of a lot of mints, and it has a seed head that just contains a lot of seeds that are waiting for a bird to come along and pick them out and eat them, carry them off. Okay. This is another goldenrod. This is Solidago rigida, and its pappuses have all blown away. And again, we've got those lovely little starry sepals that will persist long into the winter. This is my favorite grass. This is little bluestem, and it has lovely maroons and blues in the stems. I don't know if you can focus enough on some of those joints on the seed heads. And then these beautiful fluffy feathery seeds that get carried away in the wind if they don't get eaten by the birds. Here we have the seed heads of monarda or bee balm, It's actually in the mint family. It has aromatic leaves. And the flowers are tube-shaped flowers. It's a composite. And we can see the remnants of the little tubes as we look at the seed heads. And at the bottom of these little tubes are the seeds. And it seems to me that these tend to be uneaten until late into the year. So I wonder if the strong flavor and scent of the mint family plant is something that does not attract the birds, but it's always waiting late in the year when there's nothing else to eat. So there's plenty of bird food all year round at the pond. Thank you for joining me for our last wildflower tour of the year, and I hope we'll see you next year.